Hi there, and welcome to Apple World. Skai Jackson being a child mother was not on our bingo vehicles for 2024. However, it appears as though she is weighty and prepared to pop at any second. She has been in the information here and there in the recent months. What's more, tragically, homegang lady hasn't precisely been moving for the best news. Her relationship with her beau has been completely tumultuous, and adding a child to that blend has sent the web into a twist. She is getting a great deal of pessimism about this. However, what higher individuals coming for her so hard, and does her sweetheart truly sell substances? We should separate it. While Skai Jackson is spreading the word about it that she's standing firm behind her man, notwithstanding the way that everybody and their mom realizes he's been around here defrauding people. Skai made titles a couple of times over the past 2 or 3 years. Yet, like I said, it hasn't precisely been for anything great. First, there was what was going on with Beyonce's nephew, Ju Smith. Their relationship became visible after they divided, thanks to Jules releasing an express video of them getting down and filthy back in 2021. He uncovered the cozy video in the wake of figuring out Skai had undermined him as opposed to managing it maturely. Just chose to freely embarrass her by presenting their video on Exacerbate It. He really boasted about how he demolished her life on friendly media. Subsequently, Frivolous doesn't actually start to cover it. A few messages spilled of him boasting about it in a gathering talk with his companions, and he composed, "She cheated off I left." Obviously, one of his companions composed, "I'm sorry he engaged in sexual relations with Skai," and Jules answered, "Meh. She cheated," and definitely another of his companions composed, "For what reason is she discussing discard Libra men, assuming she's the one that cheated," and Jules answered, "'Cause I made a point to demolish 8. Her life." He additionally boasted, "I eat her great and got her dependent, and afterward left hers confounded anyway." Despite the fact that Skai was obviously the casualty, she actually got a parcel of intensity on account of the age hole. At the time, Jules was 16 and Skai was 19. Just about 20 individuals were distraught. And keeping in mind that Jules was called out for being a crackpot, Skai was hauled for dating somebody. So, however, a lot more youthful, it didn't stop there. Not long after, Skai regarded herself as in hot water again when she was blamed for defrauding her fans. This came after bits of hearsay began twirling that she was battling monetarily. How about we be genuine? Her Disney days are behind her, and she hasn't been getting many challenging tasks recently. So normally, people accept she wasn't acquiring sufficient cash to stay aware of the superstar way of life. Last year, she was blamed for pursuing a trick, requesting that fans send her $5 each for an opportunity to win a MacBook. She guaranteed it was a giveaway, yet individuals were side-looking at her. Skai, however, denied the trick allegations, saying she was simply attempting to help her fans. "It isn't so serious for a damn $5, it is known as a pool. I couldn't say whether you folks have been to school previously, however. I realize I've been to school and we used to have wagers constantly, where a ticket may, however, be an actual ticket. You could get 5 placed in $5, whatever, and you get an award like individual. Do pools constantly. Are you Honduran? Yes, yes. The cash goes towards the award, and afterward, like I expressed on the off chance that there's anything left over, I'm doing a second giveaway soon. So it's going towards I don't that need cash. Me actually, I needn't bother with cash. And I'm not saying this like I'm in a boasting way or any such thing. Or on the other hand, in a mean manner, I'm simply letting you folks realize I don't by and by require cash. Like I'm exceptionally fine in my life. I don't require cash. That didn't go over excessively well, however, on the grounds that before long, different visually impaired things fired, springing up, spilling tea about exactly how broke Skai truly was on the off chance that you're thinking about what happened to those Disney checks. Well, the word on the road is that her folks got excessively familiar with the income and blew through it like there was no tomorrow. And to make matters even more regrettable, one of those blinds indicated that her folks could have been doing something obscure, supposedly selling her out for cash. Assuming you get my trickle, it's a catastrophe yet to be expected. Taking into account how improvised can be for kid entertainers, we've all heard their harrowing tales about what went down at Disney and Nickelodeon some time ago. The wild stuff those children needed to go through is no mystery any longer. There are indeed even narratives uncovering everything. In any case, the visually impaired thing said, there have been a few entertainers and entertainers the past not many years that couldn't hold on until they arrive at 18 to connect with specific individuals in the business. This previous Disney entertainer was at that point yachting when she hit 15. Her family realized that was the point at which she would make the most bucks. Their arrangement was to save it. Be that as it may, they spent it as quick as it came in. It's no big surprise she was over here inquiring for $5. Keeping up that big name way of life is a big deal, particularly when the acting gigs and moan hustles aren't covering the bills since her acting vocation, or on the other hand, let's be genuine, her defrauding adventures didn't work out. Skai appears to have shifted gears to dating for a bit monetary security, yet this time she didn't go for somebody like Beyonce's nephew or another affluent celeb. Not a chance. She's presently connected up with a person who's notorious for misleading and selling substances. Answers as an afterthought, it's an entirely different sort of secure the sack, yet not precisely positively. Several months prior, she did a little slip look into her life, uncovering that she had a renewed person anyway. She hates his face, and that's what we felt. She was simply doing a delicate send off, yet the web did its thing, and meddling fans use his tattoos as signs to sort out his character, and it would appear the reason she was concealing him was that he was into misleading and furthermore sold substances. It out of nowhere seemed okay. Why not set in stone to conceal him? However, at that point the data came emerged about how Skai was dating a known crook. As per this visually impaired thing, this previous Disney entertainer, who was passed around before she was mature enough to drive, is presently dating a substance seller who has his hands and all that. This won't turn out well, young lady. He even has a lower leg wristband on, and it isn't really for style purposes since it's an electric observing gadget, which individuals normally get when they have an open case with the regulation. Fans had a ton to say about her new boo, and they were certainly not here for it. They've been going off saying she can improve in light of the fact that he's an entirety wreck and horrible for her picture. Like, young lady, you truly ought to have kept this one on the low in light of the fact that since the relationship came out, people have been hauling her left and right, calling her a bird. However, that way was not sufficiently terrible. She got captured several months prior for putting paws on her sweetheart. As per TMZ, delegates were called to widespread city walk after security spotted Jackson and her beau getting into it, and the entertainer supposedly pushed him, and at least a couple of times. TMZ proceeded to guarantee that Jackson and her sweetheart both denied anything got physical, running against the norm. She said they were cheerfully connected with and expecting a child together. We were undeniably stunned by the reports of her being pregnant and imagined that she simply expressed that to get off the charges. However, it seems as though she truly is pregnant on the grounds that new pictures just spilled of her, and she looks very exceptionally pregnant. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.